Okay, cbradio show and tell. Today is the day I'm going to answer two people's questions and show you guys what our tower situation is. So if you want to see our tower, we're going to show you right now. We filmed this probably, what was this, last night?
Yes.
It was a little bit in the evening. It wasn't as bright as what I was going to hope it would be, but you're going to get to see how we've got our grounds hooked up, how the tower hinge plate works, the whole deal. And hopefully that'll answer some questions to some people, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to show you that right now, right?
Right now.
Let's go.
You're showing the tower?
Yeah, we're going to show the tower. All right, so here's how we're going to do it. I got the camera rolling right now. So we can show you the turn downs that we made. We made the turn downs. I got the buckles on the ends of the rope. I got the the tie strap hooked onto a rod that's beat into the ground, like a fence post rod with an anchor that goes like 4.5 feet down. That's just extra cord that we wrapped around there, just in case we need it. It's there, and then that goes all the way up to the beam. Then we're going to show you what we did. There's the rotor midway down, way down really. And then if you take and look, here's our hinge plate. We're going to show you the hinge plate here. All right, I want you to point to the back of the hinge plate so they can see it. Point to the back and we'll show you. We got our ground wires hooked here to the actual tower. And then that goes all the way over to a ground rod, but we have that on all four sides. Yeah, all four sides. So we have it on every direction that you can go. It's on all four.
We also welded this thing
here,
on, so when we took it down it'd be easier to stand up on.
Yeah, see, we made a kickstand for this thing. If you look here, this actually pivots out and will act as a kickstand when we lower the tower down.
We then got the plates
the plates up there that hold the rotor, and then if you look higher, there's a bearing up there to the next one, and then there's the antenna way up top. That was a shooting star, but it's a 4-element flat side now because, as you've seen in other videos, we couldn't get it to work. All right, go over by the support. We're going to show you how we crank it up. All right, here we got this
litter box.
Yeah, that we here we're going to get real custom for you guys. I wanted to cover the bearing, so here you can see what's going on there. Okay. I've got a big bearing up top here with a pulley. Here we're going to go around the back side, and you can see that pulley right there. My cable would droop over the top of that. Right now I have my cable down on the ground so it's out of the way, so when I don't have any weird reflect going on with that cable. But you see I've got another tie strap and the buckle right there for my cord, and that hooks to this welded plate that's right here on this bar. This bar is 11 feet long, but it's down into the ground like 4.5 feet.
Then you can just crank it.
So you can see the hand crank winch we got here, and that was brand new. It's just the paint came off and it got a little bit of oxide on it, but it's brand new. But this is what we're working with. We've got that comes over to this. Actually, the cable would be up over the top, but we cover it with the cat litter box painted gray. That's not going to work. And then if you look right up there, you'll see the cable that attaches to their plate. I'm going to go to the back side of this tower here. If you look way up there, you'll see where the cable's got a square plate. I don't know how to zoom on this GoPro, so you'll have to just take my word for it. But this is what we're working with. And the hinge plate, everything was crafted by me and a friend of mine. And you can see where I welded the quarter plate onto the tower here and over there. And you're probably wondering why I've got these weird washers here. I welded a washer to another washer so I wouldn't have to stick my fingers in between this. By sticking your fingers in between there, I don't want to take that chance. So I welded washers and I can just move it around when it's loose. And then you've got the 2 bolts that attach there. And then we've got 3 massive 1 foot by 1 inch plates. I mean, one inch by 3 foot threaded grade 8 rods that go into the ground. Everything is grade 8, so we're not worried about anything there. And then, now that you've seen all the ground wire stuff, I know it looks like a lot of wires and stuff, but I don't have to worry about any grounding issues if I've got 4 ground wires going. I figure I'm covered in every direction. And this coax was left over from the side of the beam that we didn't use. I plan on using this for like testing, so I'll just keep that off to the side for right now. That's where we're at. And then this one here, there's a ground rod that goes way underneath where below the cement for the tower, and I disconnect it for bad weather, and when I use it and it's good weather, I just plug it in with the SP 350 connector. I just use this big connector, connect it, and now I've got ground. And when I don't want to use it, I disconnect it. So I usually leave it disconnected until I'm done. But that's our tower, right?
Yeah.
So if you got any questions, I hope I can answer them for you. I hope this video answers them for you. Everything was kind of makeshift. The PVC tubing was just Home Depot, and that runs all the way back to my house. And then the coax and the control wire for the rotor all go into the PCV tubing. We've got extra wire here in case I ever have to go up higher. I don't have to worry that I've got to splice and redo things. So I had a couple guys ask me to do a video on the tower, so I figured I'd show you guys what's going on. So that's what we got. And then here, we'll go show them the IMAX tower here. We got the other tower here. Hold on, I'm gonna walk over there and you guys can see that one too, since I'm out here. This one was a US tower, and we've got another hand crank. I keep it covered because I don't want the weather on there. But there's another hand crank winch here on a big plate. Same thing as on the other tower. I got all the ground wires going. I got 4 different directions around the tower, so I don't ever have to worry that I don't have ground. Same thing, 1 inch by 3 foot threaded rod. There's grass all over this because we just cut grass last week, but
as you can see, it's growing. Yeah, it's growing.
And then this would be 65 feet up, and then there's a 10-foot jig up top, and then the IMAX 2000 is way up there, and it's been a good antenna way up there. I may change it at some point, but that's where we're at with the IMAX, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to show you guys what's going on. This is a crank up tower. The crank up towers are cool, but at one point I had the cable snap up there, and it all came crashing down inside of itself. These towers are terrifying. When they let go, all that weight comes down. It's like a guillotine, man, and it destroyed the top cap. I had to recut metal and re-weld everything, and then order cables. Now, US Cable sells this tower with a smaller cable. They sell it with like a, I don't know, 11/32 size cable, and I didn't like that. I went to a thicker cable. I got a 1/4 inch cable going up there because I had it crash, and I thought, you know what, heavier is better. So that's where we're at. Hopefully you guys like this video and it gives you a little insight of what we're using. And like I say, if you're doing a ground, I did the ground my way because I read it in books and guys told me years ago this was the way to go, and it's never let me down. I have real good conditions in skip. This is red wire. I didn't have enough black to go around, but it's no big deal. I don't care. It's going to get oxidized anyway. But I got 4 ground rods. You'll see them, and it's the same thing around my other tower. The coax comes up. Now I did this one with sprinkler tubing. This one was a nightmare to get the coax through all the way because it was a 200-foot run, and that coax getting through there was so hard. But it's LMR 400 coax going through here, and same thing as the other tower. This one came this way. It had the double bolts, and then we swing it down, and then when it swings down, it's heavy. This tower is mega heavy. I have a guy with a 20,000-pound winch and a tractor. We lowered it down and then we brought it back up, right?
Yeah.
And then when you stand it up, it's pretty cool, but getting it down without having this heavy, I'd say this tower weighs about 1,200 pounds. So that's where we're at, and we hope you guys like the tower vid, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we don't know what else to tell you about the tower other than it works. I got the guy wires up there. Everything's got cables and buckles, and the reason I used these tie straps was I wanted to make it easy when I unbuckle. I didn't want to using turnbuckles. It takes forever to thread them and unthread them. This, I can just pop the ratchet strap and then my cables come loose. I can be done real quick. We stood this tower down. How long did it take us? About 10 minutes to drop it?
Yeah.
So usually when you go down with this big beam tower, it took us 10 minutes. We undid the buckles, we take out the top, the bottom 2 bolts here, and then the 2 sets over there, and then we kind of get a little bar and we pry up on the point over there, and then once it starts leaning back, I have Junior grab a rope on the back of the tower, and he kind of walks it back as I lower it with the winch, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
10 minutes and it's down, and 10 minutes it's back up, and then you bolt it back in place, and away we go, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I hope this video helps you guys. I know I had some guys on YouTube asking me. I know my buddy Randy wanted to know what I had going on here. Now, I know this coax looks ugly here, but it serves a purpose for me. Not only if the coax that goes up the tower ever goes bad, this is already run through the PVC tubing. So now if I ever need to change it, I can just use it. But I want to use it for a test point. So this way we can try different antennas, and I can attach a pipe to the actual winch piece here that we got, the big pole, hook a piece of piping on there, and I got coax right here. I can use it for a test tower to do like little cheese ball mount stuff, right? All right, everybody, have a good day.
Be cool.